Let's watch this other political ad that was recommended to me by chat for Christina Christensen, a Democrat running in North Dakota for U.S. Senate. Just a few years ago, North Dakota had a Democrat representing our state in the U.S. Senate. They said it couldn't be done before. Well, I'm about to do it again. The Senate majority is up for grabs in 2024. Join me. Together we will win this race. Watch my launch video now. All right. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. That's all right. Let's do this. Bit lengthy for a political ad, but let's see.
When I was a little girl, a wolf hunted our family farm. It wasn't content to pick off a chicken or the family dog. It wanted the whole farm. My father found work, but the wolves found him.
Jesus Christ. This is a political ad directed by, like, produced by A24, right? Like they had A24 make this. She's doing the Gustavo Fring story from Better Call Saul. I don't know what that means.
My parents always thought they'd catch a break, but they never did. The wolves came for mom and pop stores. They came for cheap prescription medicine. They came for affordable homes. They came for college loans. Forget inflation. Wages never kept up with corporate greed. So I went to school on scholarship. I became an agricultural engineer, fell in love, found a great job, started a family, had 3 kids, and invented 2 patents for Cargill, and made them a killing. When the wolves came to reorganize the company, they found me too. Their first solution every time, cut jobs. Because to them, we're the problem. It's not their risky behaviors. It's not their bad investments.
A24 at home.
It's our livelihoods, our healthcare, our mortgages, our working class dreams. I'm Katrina Christensen. I'm running for U.S. Senate because Congress hasn't passed meaningful antitrust, pro-family legislation in almost 100 years. They abandoned family farms. They abandoned American manufacturing. They turned healthcare into a trillion-dollar industry. And they let Amazon and Walmart hunt family businesses to extinction. Wolves. And Congress hasn't culled the pack since Teddy Roosevelt was president. I'm an engineer, and I can tell you, problems.
Okay. I like this candidate. I feel like there are 2, possibly 3 different ads currently going on in this launch video. And that the emotional, like, changes in this, shifts, transitions, are very rough. Yeah, the jarring tonal shifts are getting me. Yeah, here's this horror film we directed with wolves. And here's this hopeful backstory about where you come from and what you believe in. And here we have like just a bare bones, just the facts. We're just telling it like it is, info dump in the middle. Yeah, I know they're gonna like chop this up and reuse it for PR purposes, but like make one cohesive one instead. Like make a cohesive launch video that can still do that. That is entirely possible.
Problems like we're facing don't fix themselves. We gotta be tougher and smarter and more stubborn than the forces that are bankrupting the American middle class.
Well, Snuggle Kitten, that's partially true. The other thing that is taking away jobs is short-term profit motive. Essentially, in order to look good for investors, it's a very, very, very common practice to cut jobs. One of your biggest sources of one of your company's biggest expenditures right before like an investor meeting, so you can then have like rosy projections for the investors. It's a way where it can, like, basically cutting jobs becomes a way to boost your stock. because it makes it look like you're a lean, mean fighting machine. Makes it look like you're efficient, you know? So capitalism, in this sense, cannibalizes itself in a lot of different and insidious ways.
My kids have no concept of the poverty I grew up
I
with,
vote for the wolves.
the insecurity and shame. And as long as they're under my roof, they won't. And our senator should feel that way about us. Should be protective of each of our children, our rights, our health, our land and water, our safety, our national security. Our senators shouldn't be afraid to face the wolves.
That wolf's gonna eat that child, though, right? Like we know I've seen the gray. I know what's about to happen to that child. Wolf v. Senator. One of my favorite asylum films. Yeah, they commissioned Ari. Yeah, Ari Aster worked on, like, showed up for one day to direct, like, 40 seconds of that footage. Let's see here. I think it's time for me to point at the clock and say, hey, everybody. We've been going for over an hour now. If you've been enjoying the show, please hit the follow button. If you're over on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. Both of those things help the channel immensely, especially as we're still growing. We're almost at 5K, but we got to keep on going. And consider dropping some subs or donos if you feel so inclined. Yeah, but I think I remember her in the midterms doing debates. She's a very sharp cookie, Gamer G. I think she has the potential of, like, being able to campaign enough to bring North Dakota Democrats, like, back together. So I'm it's a long shot, but I think it has more of a chance than people give it credit for.